I think so. I mean, I think we do have a lot of Brazilian fans. I mean, we have a number of Brazilian fans. We have a number. We're just talking about MMA. When I put up an MMA video, we'll get a number of Brazilian fans, particularly if we're talking about a Brazilian fighter, and that's understandable. We also get a lot of fans from Canada, a lot of fans from the UK and from Australia, and of course the US. I think those are our main areas for MMA fans, and that's understandable. You've got some great fighters from all of those areas. You know, Brazil, I think, has such a great tradition in MMA. Of course, the Gracies, who, you know, really started the whole UFC concept.
Yeah, sure.
You know, and now you've got, I mean, you know, you've got the Anderson Silva, you know, Wanderlei Silva, you know, Belfort. I mean, there's so many, you know, Verdum, so many great Brazilian fighters in MMA, and I think that the fans are behind it. You were telling me, and I didn't know this. I knew soccer was big, but I guess MMA is like the third biggest sport over there, behind soccer and tennis. And you know, I think what you said was interesting there about how, you know, the sport seems to be growing now after the Belfort Silva fight. Maybe you can tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, it's like because we have of course we have our MMA community of fans in here, but it's like Belfort is it's a celebrity. Like I said, he's married to a celebrity, and everybody knows him. Like our moms, our dads, everybody knows about Belfort, but nobody knew Anderson Silva until this fight. And everybody in the country literally stopped to see this fight, you know. And when they got to see the kicking of in Belfort's face, everybody said, "Oh, so this is MMA. Mm-hmm. This is Anderson Silva. This is the guy." And now he's pretty much a superstar over here, and it's very good for the sport, you know, because it gave a whole new dynamics and perspectives to, and it just MMA got much more fans over here, you know. It's like and that's how the growth. It was a very fast and explosion growth of the sport, and as I said, now it's actually the second sport we have over here in ratings. You know, we only lose to soccer, of course, because it's a soccer land. But now we're the second main sport in the website, and it was mainly, in my opinion, because of this fight.
Oh, that's great. That's fantastic. And we're talking about, you know, we're talking with Rodrigo Farah from UOL, and UOL is a huge website in Brazil. I think you guys you're telling me you do over 1 million hits per day on your site, which is fantastic, and 1.5 million or more. I think that honestly, most fans around the world, in my experience of MMA, are fans of the sport, and I think that we all appreciate great fighters from wherever they're at. I know here, like, you know, Anderson Silva has a huge amount of fans. I know Wanderlei Silva has a huge amount of fans. The Nogueira brothers have a huge amount of fans. Machida has a huge amount of fans. Fedor has a huge amount of fans. People like Dan Hardy because of the way he fights. I mean, so it's a global sport.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's like it's not about a country or a nation. It's about the fighters, and I have to remember it's an individual sport, right? It's not a team sport. So
yes, exactly.
That's totally right.
So what do you try to do over there at UOL? Like, you know, how do you approach MMA, and how long have you been covering, and what can you tell us about what you do?
Yeah, it's like we have our fighting team, like ourselves, that cover this kind of sports, and we try to interview a lot of Brazilian fighters. You saw that interview with Anderson, but we also did some videos with Belfort, Demian Maia, Shogun as well. Lyoto Machida should come here next month, and then I'll send you the link.
That'd be great.
We try to do a lot of these kinds of interviews, but of course the daily hard news, we do it as well. But our website, it's not only MMA website, you know.
Right.
It's internet portal of all kinds of subjects. So we have to, when we write about MMA, we try to do stories like more bigger stories. You know, same style as Sports Illustrated does it. It's like with perspective, with a lot of opinions, not not only short articles and stuff like that. And also we try to approach MMA in a different view, like, and now we're trying to do it as a fan view, you know, not only YouTube fans, but radio fans. We're trying to connect with these kind of fans to see how is their world and how they see MMA in general, you know.
I think that's great, and that's what we try to do. I try to use my broadcast ability and journalistic ability and you know, elite athletic background to make it understandable for the fan. But I wanted to ask you as well about this. UFC is coming back to Brazil, right? And you guys have a huge thing coming up here with the UFC in Brazil. Tell me about the excitement going on with that and how that's being viewed locally there.
Yeah, it's like, it's pretty crazy in here because we kind of think that the tickets will be sold out in about half an hour. We're kind of thinking like that. We're giving half to a whole hour. When they start to sell on internet, it should probably be over because it's like, it's not a very big place. The gymnasium, the place to have it, it's called AH Arena in Rio de Janeiro. It's like for 12 or 14,000 people, something like that, so it's not enough. We could definitely do something like the Canadian fans did in the Rogers Center, you know, we could definitely put a fight for 50,000 people as well, but we don't have the space to do it. So the few lucky ones who can get the ticket will be able to appreciate, right?
Oh, that's exciting. Now, how is MMA and sports in general viewed there? Like, I mean, Brazil is you know, I know you guys are doing a lot there with oil. A lot of other things are going on. The economy, you guys are really, I think, if I have this right, you know, coming up. And I mean, how is MMA viewed there in general, and what's going on in Brazil?
Yeah, it's like MMA is still growing. It's not that big as well. Many people still think it's a pretty violent sport. It's not a sport. We have a lot of letters from and complaints about the readers saying, "Oh, this is not a sport. Well, why are you guys writing about it? It's like a fight. You know, it's not a sport. You guys should not write about this." But it's like, but now it's getting much better. It's not like the Royce Gracie era and Rickson Gracie era, and that was, everybody saw MMA as something bad. You know, if you talk to another person, "Oh, I fight jiu-jitsu," everybody would look you in a different way. But now it's not, from 2 years till now, it's getting much better, and I think in 5 years will be close to soccer. I definitely believe it.
Wow, that's great.
John, I'd just like to appreciate the time you gave for me. Thank you very much. I hope you start to visit our website and such as your fans and translate it on YouTube from Portuguese. And thanks a lot for this opportunity.
Oh, I appreciate it, and I appreciate the opportunity, and thank you for interviewing us, and thank you for agreeing on this cross promotion. I got something to ask you on that in 1 second, and I'd love to. I think what you've done is fantastic. We would love to get an ongoing relationship here. Maybe we can sort of check in with each other once in a while and do things like this to help build the sport and build what we've got going on together.
Sure. I'm sorry about my English, everybody. I'm still learning, but I'm getting better. I'm trying to.
Hey, I think you did great. I know our fans are going to love it, and your English is far, far better than my Portuguese. But I wanted to clarify here that...
Yeah, that's not very hard, is it?
No, I'm not. But I wanted to make sure that we have your permission here to use this phone call and this interview for our videos, yes?
Sure, no problem.
Okay, fantastic. And then so we can use this commercially and everything. And we look forward to the article, and thank you for the time.
Thank you, John. Thank you.
Thank you, Rodrigo.
Bye-bye.
So there you go, fans. Reporting for Conservative Media, I'm John D. Villarreal. Remember to put the comments below, subscribe above, and we will see you next time.